Good morning, everybody. We are here today at the William Hope Duval State Park. It is a 400-acre state park here on the west side of Jacksonville, Florida. It is visited mostly by locals. Excuse me. It is a rustic wooded park. Most people that come here for fishing. There's a couple different lakes here. We're just going to drive down the road here and show you a little bit of the park. The park is named after William Pope Duval, who was the first civilian territorial governor here in Florida before this state became a state. As you can see, the road through the park here is a dirt road. It's not a paved road. They do come through and grade the road on a regular basis. However, if it is raining or has been raining in the last couple of days, I would recommend that you not come back here unless you have a vehicle with four-wheel drive or a truck. After it rains really hard, this road can get quite muddy. So keep that in mind. All right. We're in one of the areas here where they have some picnic tables. You can see here they got a bike rack if you want to bike out here. The picnic tables you can see are relatively new. Where we are here is where one of the hiking trails is. I'm actually walking towards the hiking trail right here. You'll be able to see one of the lakes. There we go. You see one of the lakes here. I can't get much closer because there is a spider web here. Let me get a close-up, see if you can see this. This is what we call a banana spider here in Florida. To give you an estimate of the size here, you can see my hand there next to them. Banana spiders are fairly decent sized spiders, and they are fairly common here in the woods in Florida. So if you come and do any hiking or walking through the woods, be careful. There is another one. I can't. There it is. I don't know whether you can see that here on the video or not. There is another one right here in the trail. I'm just gonna duck down underneath it. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm walking a little ways down the nature trail here, the hiking trail. I'm not going to go very far. I'm just going to go a little ways to show you a little bit of the trail here. But as you're walking through these trails, not just here, but pretty much anywhere in Florida, where we have a tree on this side and a tree on this side, be aware, pay attention. There could be a spider web that goes between the two. The banana spider, their spider web is hard to spot. It is can be pretty invisible. But as you can see here, the trail just leads through the woods here. Alright, this is as far as I'm going to go. We had a really heavy rainstorm yesterday evening, and as you can see here, the trail right here is flooded. So we'll go ahead and turn back around. At this point right here is actually where the trail diverges from the edge of the lake and goes back to the east. Right here, as you can see, we still have a view of the lake. This is the smaller lake, and it's a little bit more overgrown. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and head back towards the picnic area. Alright, that was the first area here. We're going to head on down to the next area. Good, how are you? Alright, we're here at another of the lakes. This one has a fishing pier here on it. It usually has a few picnic tables. Here you can see the spots where the picnic tables sit. But evidently they are not here right now. They are probably replacing those. Last time I was out here, they were in kind of rough shape. So those have probably been pulled. Now, these devices right here that you see in front of us, those are fish feeders. They are scattered around the lake. Get to the end of the pier here. If you look straight ahead here, you'll see another one, and across the lake there's another fish feeder. They stock these lakes and use them as breeding lakes, and they feed the fish. Anybody can come out here to one of these lakes and fish. All you have to do is have a state fishing license. You can get those at a lot of different places. You can get them at like Walmart. They're not that expensive. All you need is a freshwater fishing license. But most of the time you're out here, you'll have the place to yourself. You can see they've got benches here. If you'll see, they've got at the top here slanted back so that when you're fishing, you can sit here and you can prop your arm like this, a nice comfortable way to hold your fishing rod. Alright, and I'm going to go on down to the west. Alright, here you can see one of the signs that clearly says your fishing license required. You can bring your canoe or your kayak or something like that out here, a little boat, as long as it doesn't have a gas motor on it. You're not allowed to swim in any of these lakes, and you're not supposed to bring out any alcohol, although quite a few people do. You'll see evidence in the trash cans out here, but just be aware that it is not allowed. As I was telling you, this is a stocked lake. If you don't have a license, you can actually get an instant license here. You see it here. You just call this 800 number, and you can over the phone use your credit card or bank account. I've never used it, so I'm not quite sure how it works. But they also have this here, the triploid grass carp. And what they have done is they put this into the water to control all of the vegetation that grows in the water. So they're telling you that they are illegal to catch and keep those. If you catch them, you need to put them back into the water. But they got right here on this little sign, they have all the information that you need. You know, they got the regulations here. It tells you the type of fish and how many, like the largemouth bass. You can only take 5 of them, and they got to be 16 inches or longer. But the panfish, black crappie, channel catfish, alright, so if you're on the west side, or if you're in Jacksonville in particular, and you're looking for some place to come do a little fishing, I mean, this is a great little area. You won't have a lot of people out here. You'll have the place, like I said, usually to yourself. Like I told you, you'll see evidence of people drinking. Just that's up to you. Just be aware that there is a Jacksonville police officer that lives on site when you first come in. So if you're out here and you're drinking, if he comes out here, or the game warden, somebody, you know, you could find yourself in trouble. All right, well, we're going to head further down in the park and show you the last lake. All right, what I was telling you earlier about the roads, here's a good example. We're almost at the end of the park. The very last lake at the end of the park is right up ahead. We've had several days of heavy rain, and as you can see here, the road is in not real good shape. You have the road becomes muddy, and you have these guys that come in with the big 4-wheel drive, and they drive here and they churn up the road, and you have to wait for it to drive. I stopped on the road up ahead there and parked, and I'm going to see if I can just walk through here and get to this last lake. Well, we made it across here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you this last lake. All right, here we are. We are at the end of the park. This is the last lake. Yet again, we have no other signs here. I have all that information that I pointed out to you on the first sign. Yet again, here you can see the fish feeders. There is a little dock where you can go and stand on and cast your rod, do a little fishing. As you can see the algae here on top of the lake here. This is the reason why they've added the carp to these lakes, is to try to cut down on this excessive algae that's grown here on the top of it. There is another smaller lake right here on the other side of the road. Now, I have never seen anybody fish on this side. I don't know how deep this water is on this side, but you can clearly see the algae here on this side. And like I said, the condition of the road. Alrighty, well, I am going to go ahead and end this video here. If you are in town, you're in Jacksonville, and you're looking for a quiet place to get away and do a little fishing by yourself, or you just want to come and spend a little bit of time in the nature, or in nature, Pope Duval Park is a really good place to do it. You're almost certainly guaranteed to have the place to yourself most times. You know, it is about 11 o'clock right now on a Sunday morning, and with the exception of one guy that was leaving as I came in, who was out walking his dogs, the place is empty. Just keep in mind, as with most places here in Florida, while you're out, make sure to have your suntan lotion, sunblock, and since you're going to be in the woods here, make sure to have your insect repellent. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to shoot me a message or put them in the comments down below. And remember, it's always more fun in Florida. Take care.